All right, so here we go. This is the start of a rather lengthy install / product series of stuff that really isn't very well known. The company's technically pronounced Prevost. We're calling it Prevost. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna pronounce it properly or not, but what we're gonna be doing is Mike's here from California. Tony's gonna be coming tomorrow, likely to help. But what we're doing is installing the plumbed lines, the Prevost Piping System, their PPS system, combined with all of their PPS fittings. And I'll be talking about these and how fantastic they are. I mean, this is I have to honor the source here. Kevin Brown introduced me to these products at SEMA 2 years ago, and I was just in awe of all of their different fittings and couplings and ball valves. Everything's just top notch. And so I'm going to be sharing with you the install process, and rather than me fumbling through it, have Mike come to help me get through this. He's installed some of the stuff before and is much more mechanically inclined than I am. So we're going to go through the entire process of getting the Jenny compressor fixed to the ground. If you haven't seen already, I'm not sure when this video will come in the series, but I've got the electrical done, so the Jenny works and is powered up. Same thing with the Air Rev drying system. So what we're going to be doing here in the next 2 or 3 days is running a loop. So we're doing a loop. I'm going to be doing some wall manifolds and also talking through all the different parts and pieces, the 90s, the T's, the ball valves, all the fittings necessary in order to put a compressed air system together. And then my intent is to be able to offer this. This stuff is really hard to get your hands on, so I'm hoping to make it so that we can get access to it, easily click and buy in the store, and hopefully give you a lot of information to be able to figure out, what do I need, a T or do I need a 90? Do I need a 1 inch or do I need a 2 inch? What size piping do I need? And then how do we go through the step-by-step process of sizing the compressor properly and then getting all of the supporting products like this Prevost stuff to get set up. So this video will be, or this video or video series will be, I'm gonna grab some footage of each part and piece as we work through the install process. So stick with us and you're gonna see some cool stuff. All right, so Mike's here 2 weeks early, and we're laying out our loop, figuring out how we're going to do our magnetic drain, whatever that thing's called, float drain, or whatever that thing's called, our Alto 3 regulator, filter regulator, running our lines down here, 90ing off, and so we're going to run a loop all the way around. This obviously is going to connect the rest of the way, and then up overhead is where we're going to work on putting our
2 days early by the
lines. So I bought some beam clips, but I don't have a traditional I-beam, and so these would have hung crooked.
Yeah, you could, when we get up there, you could show them where it goes on the I-beam. Show how it
Yeah.
works.
So I bought these I-beam clips where the thread rod would thread in here, but they don't fit very well on these type of purlins. They actually sit crooked, and then we'd have to bend them, and none of them would fit properly. So we're not going to do these. These are CPA 14s. We're not going to do those. We're going right into drilling a hole right into the purlin and then threading it, double nutting it. All right, so we're going 5 feet. Make a hole. Got the rods all set up, so nut on each side, right?
Yep. And then we're measuring from the purlin
To the scaffolding.
13 3/4 is what we're setting it at to clear that beam.
Okay.
And then what I do is after I tighten them, make it level,
You just bend them down
get them plumb so they're all pointing the right way. So,
because our purlins aren't
yeah,
exactly straight.
So there's plumb.
Oh, I'm glad I bought that little magnetic level the other day. See, I would have been measuring from the floor. Taking twice as long, or measuring to the top of the scaffolding or something.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. The rod needs to be bent too. So if we didn't have the I-beam here, we would probably be flushing this right up to the purlin here.
Right.
But because
you just put.
Because we're gonna come all the way down past the I-beam, you know, onto the other side. Yeah, we need to suspend it. And I want to see this stuff anyway. This is
nice.
Yeah, this stuff looks great. So here's the view of how these look. So actually, what Mike's doing is putting a jam nut here, and then you'll have 2 nuts on the end here, so that you'll be able to lock it in, so they won't vibrate. Put these thread in. So if you look in at how these CI clamps work, notice it's threaded. And then we'll show you when we mount them on the wall. These will also hold our pipes on the wall where when you close this, you can still put your screwdriver through to lock it down. Pretty neat little design, makes it clean.
I like being an assistant much more than I like doing the actual work.
It's always fun to watch things go together.
I'm good at that though too. Like I'm good at convincing people to do crazy crap.
Like fly out.
Yeah, like fly from San Francisco to Florida to help me do this. If the product wasn't so cool, I could never convince anybody to do anything. So
I think it's more about you than the product.
you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I don't know why I'm so excited to see this pipe. It's just,
And hung, it looks so nice. Well, because of the color and it contrasts against the white, it's going to look so nice. And
Yeah.
everything you got, you know, like the CR, the Crimson,
Yeah.
everything's blue, the compressor.
it's gonna look serious, yeah.
Yeah, it'll look like you know what the heck you're doing.
Stinks though. I'm gonna have to, you know, baby blue. Everything's baby blue. I want it to be blue.
Dark blue, like royal blue.
Yeah.
We'll have all this up today. Easily.
Oh yeah.
The plan was getting all this up, and then we can work on all the wall stuff and down low. Get all the scaffolding work done. That's my plan.
We only brought 1 tape measure, so I'm having to improvise here.
You want to take it real quick?
I got it.
So you can see what I'm saying here about the I-beam hanging down, and we're gonna come all the way across the beam here. So that's why we're suspending it. Plus it'll look cool. So one of the biggest things with Prevost and why I'd choose this over Kaiser, Rapid Air, you know, the other systems, it's just it's cleaner. It's the main like their T's and their 90s and their unions, their system is just better. You know, it's designed better, it's sturdier. I think it's the best system. The piping clamps are better. The difficulty is figuring it out. You know, there's so many options. Even just me figuring out this part took forever. And I still bought the clamps for the beams, and they weren't right. So hopefully through this series we'll be able to get you on the right path. Okay. So the I-beam clamp, if you have I-beams, take the little clamp, right?
And then the rod would come through here.
Right.
It would look like this.
And they have 3 or 4 different sizes, right?
The rod would come through here. You put a nut.
Right at the
here.
top, yep.
Yep.
You set your height. We're going straight into the purlin instead. Here's our first line. All right, the lights are dimming us a little bit here. So this running the full, 48-foot run, ish, 45 feet.
16, 4.5. Okay. So we need to make the next set 18.5 once again.
All right, so we're about to make the loop all the way around. Got the setup here so that we can run down the wall all the way over here, running all the way back this way and then over. All right, so we're going to start on this end, put a wall manifold on that side. So we're going up 10, or coming down 10 feet. pipe cutter. This is the Prevost pipe cutter. I think this was like 200 bucks or something like that. Now we got our deburring, fancy deburring tool. You better use that since I paid, a couple $100 for that. Actually, this isn't the fancy one. We'll get the other fancy one out too.
I'm only using it because you're here. I'm kidding.
So what do you do? Does it do both sides?
Well, only the side we cut, because when you use the pipe cutter, it rolls a burr inside here.
Oh, but you don't. Do you deburr the outside too?
No, it's smooth on the outside.
Oh. Okay, and then we put this puppy on there.
Oh, where's the wrench? No, this?
Yeah, don't you unscrew that thing and
Just
then
loosen it and it slides in, see? And then it's in compression. It bottoms out against the shoulder.
and that's it?
And you do this, and then you just use this. We need a backup wrench, but that's it. It's the gist of it. Let me get a wrench.
Limited in tools here. I want to scratch up my fancy fittings. Nice. And then with airlines, you have to be really careful about tape in the line, right?
Yeah. You don't want to overrun it, get it in here.
So again, we're putting this ball valve on here because I didn't order enough Prevost. So we'll just have this this is our future proofing, this side of the storage area. Here, show me what the inside of those things look like. So here's how these work. All right. So this little piece here
Compresses.
right, and then that ring
Squeezes on that ring, and that
right?
ring squeezes so that, and the pipe butts up against that shoulder right in there.
Yeah, right. And then as you torque down,
Everything
compresses.
compresses.
And theoretically, we would have no leaks.
No leaks.
Oh yeah, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end up getting one of these, so I'm gonna have this set up. So I'll just pull the whole thing off and do one of these. I just don't have enough of them. I need these other two for other spots.
Okay.
You gotta make sure to get my lettering so I can see it.
I will do it if you want. Serious? We'll do it. We can put it right down the center if you want.
What do you think? Do we want to see lettering or no lettering?
No, I say if you're going to do it, we want to see it and have it right
Yeah.
straight and do it all like that.
Yep.
Otherwise, how obsessed are we?
Yep. I agree.
All right.
If we were really obsessed, we'd have a work table and everything, but this is like, it's like building a new house without all the right tools, All right, so here's our first pipe install. Shoot.
Oh, I think I can get it. Maybe.
There we go. Man, that's slick. I gotta stop watching and watch the camera so I can see. There's that one. I see. So we torque that and then we just pull it so it's flush against the wall.
So we got to put a clip here.
Yeah, let me go get one.
We can put one.
I'm gonna move the ladder out of the way so we can get the scaffolding in there. All right, so basically we pull the line all the way up against the wall, right? I guess it won't be exactly against the wall because these will space it out, right?
Yep.
To the appropriate distance. So the drywall screw just pressure fits right up against that nut, right?
Yeah.
Inside of the.
Yep. That's it.
Well, that wasn't too complicated.
Now we get it.
Wait, did we?
These fittings.
Oh yeah, I didn't torque that. Oh shoot, I gotta go get that wrench, don't I?
I already did that one.
Man, does that look clean?
Okay.
Alright, so this is where we'll have a T. Looks pretty dead nuts.
Pretty close, huh?
Yeah.
Am I footing it, or am I hitting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I was thinking about, like, how do you know how much to cut out of the pipe? It doesn't matter. Just cut the pipe in half, right?
Exactly.
And you can just push the pipe.
Exactly.
This.
Slide it that way. It's going in that way.
I was like, man, I'm like, how are you gonna measure this out?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah, now I get it. It's
So
much
what I
easier.
do is, so center distance here, right? Then you measure to the collar to where the pipe butts into.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll make my cut, is X amount off the center.
So show me that. What the
So,
heck you
okay,
doing?
so see the pipe butts into there, right? As
Yeah.
it comes in, it stops there, right?
Right,
So
which
that-
is the same as the end of the.
It's right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we do is we go center line, measure off 1 3/8 and cut the pipe right there. So that's sliding right there, and this will be right in the center of this pipe.
Okay. So how does that thing work? You just kind of torque it down a little bit as you go?
Yeah, you can feel it. There's resistance, then when it starts freeing up, you just tighten a little more. That. This will slide down a little bit. Can you, no, you probably can't.
Hey, I was like, I didn't mind. How are you?
Oh, look at that. Look what just showed up. Our Prevost ball valves. Nice.
That's awesome.
That's how it's supposed to work, my friend.
Yep.
Michelle, unless there's more. Thank you.
So both sides deburred.
Got a present.
It's my first delivery to OGHQ.
Maddie, what is this thing that you're giving away? An invoice?
Yeah.
Why did you get it if you don't want it?
I got it to put the lift in place. It did its job and now it's being sacrificed. Man, that looks so clean. What we need is a guy that's not doing videoing is what we need. Michelle, we need you up here to do some work.
Okay.
No, I think the entertainment value of me struggling
It's more fun.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that 10-footer would have been a lot easier.
But it wasn't long enough.
If you only knew the questions that come through my head when I walk in, Maddie.
What?
Well, I don't want to look like an idiot, so I'll wait until you're not.
You don't even know what we're doing?
Oh yeah, I know what you're doing.
All right, so let's get these ball valves set up. So these are the T's, the PPS1 T with a 1/2 inch. So what we're doing is we're taking our 1-inch line and then teeing off so that we can then connect a flex line or a whip from our hose reels. And so again, we showed you this earlier, but the way that these things work is you have like a rubber little collar that goes around, and then there's a stop where the pipe butts up against to, which is at the same distance as here. So when you're measuring off to cut the center line of your piping, you'll know that this edge right here is the same place that the pipe butts up against. So that's how that works. And so you have the little rubber ring that goes around the pipe. It comes to our, I guess this would be our I don't know what you call this, but our crush ring, if you will. And then you take it, and as you torque it down, it just grabs the pipe. So what I need here, so these are the Prevost. This is a RSI 203, which I need to use these. These are stainless, made in Italy ball valves from Prevost. And then I have these stainless reducer here, which will go on the end of the ball valve, which of course I'll Teflon tape. And that's where we'll come in with our 3/8 inch whip hose. And then I have 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch. They don't make a male type like this. They don't make a male fitting. So we have to do a nipple here, and then that goes to our T. Right, so if we ever needed to service one of our hose reels, I'll be able to just turn off the the valve. The hose reel whip hose is going to come into there. So that's our T for that. All right, so let's get these all taped up. So which way are we going to do these?
Every which way you do them, you do the same.
Yeah.
We're going to tee off. If you want the handles to all be the same direction, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna
this
go
like that. So run the nipple on the. So when they're open, run the nipple on the non-handle side, and the reducer bushing on the handle side.
It's so great about this floor. Like you can throw your stuff on it, and it doesn't matter.
I know.
And I mean, this is dirty, crazy. There's drywall dust and everything. Once we get done with this, and I'm gonna get in and mop this floor with my hands and knees and have it super clean.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I haven't cleaned my shop floor in over a year, and it still looks good.
Yeah.
You can't tell. And now if I run a vacuum over it, I can hear stuff going in the vacuum, but you can't see it.
How am I going to torque my whip hose onto this? Because the whip hose isn't going to be swiveling, will it?
Huh?
Will the whip hose have a swivel?
The whip hose will be not. You're going to have a cut end on one. You're going to have to put a barb fitting and a clamp on it.
So I'll torque the barb fitting.
Yep. Torque the barb fitting into this. Torque the other end into this. Then slide this over the barb and put a clamp on it.
So I'm going to do a 3/8 inch threaded barb fitting. So
3/8 barb by 3/8.
I'll put that in. Barb will be sticking out. Ear clamp.
Yep, exactly.
Great. More stuff I've got to order.
What do you got to order?
I got to order the barb fittings.
Oh, stainless ones.
See, this is what I was hoping, is that even the quality of these is way better than what you're normally going to get, at Home Depot or something.
No doubt.
And I wanted to be able to source these all from a single source. We have clean, dry, leakless
system.
That's right. Yeah. So let's see. I wonder how much this. So I've got 36. I've got about $4 grand worth of Prevost. All right.
Okay.
And then I've got. Okay, the air compressor's like $2,800, I think. So now we're at $6,800. The dryer's another $1,800. So we're at $8,600. And then, yeah, that's about it, right? There's nothing else. And then I'm gonna have a lot of money in air tools.
Yeah.
So what most garages, so that's in here. This is a 2,000 square foot facility, right? And we're doing a lot of manifolds, a lot of extra.
Right.
You know, you probably have one, maybe two hose reels in a regular garage.
Yeah.
And so, and then maybe you don't do the 5 horsepower W series, you do the 3.5 horse.
Right.
You know, which is 1,700 bucks. You probably need $2,000 worth of Prevost tops.
Tops.
Yeah, maybe like 1,500.
Yeah, I would say that's probably more realistic.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about the hose reels.
Oh yeah, those are 500 bucks a crack.
Yeah.
So I get 2 hose reels. There's $1,000 right there.
I think the PLP 350s, the air hose reel, I think they're only like 3 something.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, like 3 low 3s.
So are you going to try to do a whole solution for this?
I think I'm going to try to do it where it's like a drop down, where you can say I need 4 of these, 3 of those, 12,
Right.
you know, and just set it up so that.
Because there are variables. Some people are going to want 1 hose reel, some people are going to want 3.
Right, and then I think I'm going to sell the pipe in 8-foot sections like we were talking about.
Yeah. And they're not going to know it. It's probably not. They won't even know it's available in 20s. Most people.
Right. Well, if they want 20s, we can probably get it, but
Oh yeah, they're going to pay freight though.
it was 275 bucks
Yep.
just for the pipe.
I believe it.
Shipping. You know, I thought, and the other thing that is a popular thing that I didn't buy at all because we're doing these T's, would be a flange, you know, where you drill a hole in the pipe.
Yeah.
And you do a drop. But like you said, I think that's really only necessary if you're going from, say, 1 inch to half inch or 1 inch to 3/4.
That's the only time I would do it.
Yeah. And even then, you can just buy one of these. You can buy a T.
Yeah, it's a reducing T.
Yeah, that goes from 1 and then the outlet is
yeah.
whatever, you know, 3/4.
Yeah, those saddle style clamps, I don't really like them anyways. But for a 3-inch to half inch, that's how you have to do it because they don't make a 3-inch T to half inch.
Yeah, but even then, they don't even make a 3-inch to half inch piping flange. It goes from 3-inch to 1 1/4. Yeah. This gets me. This is beautiful. This is just awesome.
They're just perfect.
I mean, that's about as high flowing as you can get in a darn.
3/8. Yeah, it is.
I mean, look at the hole in that sucker. Yeah. You know, the other thing that's cool is like that I didn't realize is the whole thing turns, right? So the whole plastic assembly turns
so
around the shaft.
Wherever you need it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So no matter how, you know, how some of them are, you try to end up over tightening them or not have them tight enough to end up with that in the right spot.
Right.
Trying to understand, explain, what exactly are you doing?
Manual labor.
System. Well, what is it?
Ah, shoot.
What's it look like? What's wrong? Scratched it?
Yeah.
Sharpie.
Dang it.
That'll fix it. Secret safe. I won't say that.
Well, I won't do that again. Yeah, so now that we're torqued, I can just twist this however I need, yeah.
Yep.
Gosh, look at that thing.
So that's pretty awesome.
It's heavy. I mean, this is probably
10 pounds? 5 pounds?
5 to 8, yeah, I mean, shoot.
And each one of those manifolds is what? Probably 80.
Yeah, I think like 88 bucks or something like that.
120 for 20 bucks per, well no, what is it, 16 bucks for a coupler?
Yeah, I think the whole manifold, because they come with the couplers.
Oh, it does? Okay.
So I think it's like 87 bucks.
87 bucks plus the ball valve.
Yeah, the ball valve's another 30, 27.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so this little manifold here is
150 bucks.
Yeah.
Or something like that, 130. Like that.
It's worth it.
But it's actually not that bad. That's a lifetime. That'll last forever.
Yeah, literally. Yep. Yeah, see this 3/4 ball valve, I mean, look at that thing. It's a PPS 125
Beefy.
ball valve. Shoot, we might have time to figure out how we're going to manage or modify our pressure washer by the end of this. On Saturday.
Yeah.
What time are you leaving Saturday?
Early.
Oh, shoot. Never mind.
I could get the, but,
We should have brought all our other wrenches.
well, I don't think you had any big enough for this.
Yeah, I do in the top drawer.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got some big open end wrenches?
Yep. I think all the way to like 26 or something like that. No, I think I have the ad 32.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, big ones.
If you went out like this, those rows of here, you go right out into it. Back. Because you got 13, 14 inches. You got this much room, basically. I know, it's a thought. Then you'd see that.
I should have been filming. Show me what you were talking about here. So we have an option to either face the valves up like this, or down like this. I think I want to see the valves. I think it looks cool. So we're gonna do it like this. It stinks we don't have our hose reels. All I know is the whole thing looks darn good. Funny, I've never had an air compressor in my life, and I've gone from air compressor to like ultimate air compressor. No progression in this. I can't have a compressed air progression video. It's just from 0 to 100 overnight. Minus the a solid 300 hours of research to get to this point. All right, so this will complete the loop. Let me do a couple of more drops, but this is where, so we have valve here, valve there, so symmetrically around the lift. These are a little further back than the other side, than the front of the lift. This is where we'll be putting our unistrut and our hose reels. On camera.
Not quick enough.
Can't wait till we get back to sea level. I've been standing on the floor all day looking up, watching. Not that I'm going to do any more work on the floor, but I'm really glad we did a loop just for the cool factor of it.
Looks better.
I have equal pressure all throughout. When I've got a bunch of people in here using polishers all at the same time. Complaining about how loud the compressor is. Effectively have all of our Prevost pointing down.
What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.